But I really want to talk about the one game reaction over Lonzo Ball that people are having. Brandon Ingram looked pretty good, but I really want to focus on Lonzo Ball. In any aspect, he, it's one game. You can't base anything off summer league because honestly, summer league's a bit of a overreaction. You see players all the time ball in summer league and then don't even make that team's roster. But anyway, Lonzo Ball, I mean, he had a pretty decent showing. I mean, he had some good highlights, but for the most part, that shot, man, it's that. Me and my friend were talking about it, and he said that he's going to give him 2 years to get that shot over. But is this really important? Because to me, if he doesn't get that shot developed, he's going to turn up to a Rondo, Ricky Rubio-esque player. And oh, don't get me wrong, they're good players. They made a niche for him in the NBA. To me, Ricky Rubio never lived up to the hype. But anyway, they sag off on him on defense. They literally play center field, similar to what LeBron James did against Harrison Barnes when he couldn't make a shot to save his life in the finals last year. Well, now the year before, but anyway. So Kobe Bryant did the same thing to Rondo back in 2010 when they played the Boston Celtics. So my whole thing is you gotta figure out something with his shot. I understand it's slow, it's not quick. If it was quick, I can see it. I know he got it off in college, but that's college. Like, it's not the NBA, man. These players, they, especially him, when him coming into with his dad talking and that just players are already looking for, are gunning for him already, So he has to make those open threes. They were just leaving him open. And I get it, it's summer league. I don't like to overreact to summer league. I was literally talking to a couple friends about that. But in that aspect, I don't like to overreact. But still, it's not an overreaction, but it's still something to look at. I don't judge anything by it, but I still just want to. It's still a little bit of a concern because even when he was open, they tried to, he tried to take his time and he still didn't get it right. I'm thinking he'll get it eventually. But to me, it's really important because if he doesn't, yeah, he's still a good passer. But even Magic, he wasn't a good shooter, but he knew later on in his career he couldn't run up the floor like he used to. So he had to, get some. He had to learn how to shoot. That's just you have to learn how to shoot. I'm just you have to. It's a must. So in any aspect, he looked good. Okay, he had an okay game. But Brandon Ingram looked really good. He looked a little stockier to me. I think he'll take the next step in his evolution of becoming I think he'll be a great player. People are high on Lonzo Ball, but to me, I'm higher on Brandon Ingram. Honestly, to me, this is their year to develop as a core. You know, to me, this is a make or break year for Julius Randle as well. To me, because this is the time now you decide if you keep him or not. What's this? I know his first year was pretty much a wash because he got hurt like one game into the season, but you gotta you still gotta do something with him if this is a wash and you just get rid of him. But I was talking and a couple of my friends they got LeBron James coming. I'll make another video about the free agencies coming with the Lakers later. But I just want to talk about this for like 2 seconds. It got LeBron James talking about LeBron James coming to the team. I don't know how I feel about that because will it mess up of direction where your team is going? In that aspect because you bring LeBron James in, Paul George is more than likely going to come unless him and Westbrook just make it to the Western Conference Finals and they, take the Warriors to a game 7 and they really close and he likes playing with them. But other than that, I see Paul George coming. So if Paul George comes and LeBron James comes, what's the lineup going to be like to me? If you're looking at it, what's the lineup going to be like? Do you get rid of Julius Randle? I mean, do you move? who do you move to the 4? Like, it's just hard for me to explain. I don't understand. Do you make LeBron James move him to the 4? Do you take Paul George to the 3? I mean, Brandon Ingram's a tall and lanky player. Where do you move him to? I don't feel like he would be a good 2 guard. I guess you could make it work if it happens, but then you got an older LeBron James playing in his 17th, 16th season. I mean, Paul George is still relatively young. Everybody else is relatively young. You can afford to sign both of them because the contracts won't be that big. I mean, Jordan Clarkson is probably the only one on your team who has a big contract to me. But my thing is, you gotta figure out something. You gotta do something, because if you don't, you're gonna be stuck. And I just hope they figure out something in that aspect. But anyway, back to Lonzo. He looked okay, had some good passes, little flashy passes, little alley hoop in the beginning of the game. So it looked decent. He looked decent. He looked kind of shot on defense, like the game was a little bit too fast for him, honestly. But I mean, to me, nobody's talking about Brandon Ingram, and I understand because it's Lonzo's, the big name. But Brandon Ingram, man, I really like him. I really think he's gonna develop into somebody good this year. But that's just me. But I think he'll be good. So I think he'll average about 18 points a game next year. To me, I think he should anyway. But if Lonzo can get about 6, 7 assists a game, 13, 14 points, if he can put up similar stats he did in high school, he has to be over 35% from 3 to me to make a big impact on the team. But that's just me. That's just my really, really early preview of what's Lonzo Ball is. But I'll be making more videos about the Lakers later. All right, thanks.